Greetings and welcome to Political Empire. I'm your host, Kim Pierceall with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. And this is the first day that we're going to be appearing daily, so be sure to check every day for your latest dose of political news. We're going to go first to headlines. We're going to talk about Mike Rios running in the Moreno Valley City Council race. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the return of the Temecula quarry. So we've got an expert in studio who's going to tell us a little bit more about that. But first, Mike Rios is running for Moreno Valley City Council. Now, this is the same Mike Rios who is a school board member currently and who had been charged with pimping, pandering, and rape, who before that was also charged with attempted murder. He's going to run for Moreno Valley's District 1 seat, which is currently occupied by Jesse Molina. He's pleaded not guilty in all those cases. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the return of the quarry, which has been a very controversial issue going on in southwest Riverside County. It's an open pit gravel quarry that was proposed for a hill-covered area in between Temecula and basically the San Diego County line. Liberty Quarry developer Granite Construction has submitted a new plan for the project 2 months after county supervisors had already voted 3-2 to reject the mine. Supervisors recently voted to allow the project to go through its fast-track process, though, which could make it quicker and easier for the revised Liberty Quarry application to be approved. Reporter Jeff Horseman was at the hearing, and he joins us today to tell us a little bit more about what is going on. Jeff, what is going on with the quarry?
What isn't going on with the quarry is more like it. As you indicated last week, Granite Construction submitted a revised application for its quarry. They're calling it a more scaled down version than what was previously rejected by the supervisors. And at the same time, Supervisor John Benoit, whose district is quite some distance from the proposed quarry site, basically put something on the agenda asking staff, hey, can we change the fast track rules so we can consider the quarry for a fast track? Now, Supervisor Jeff Stone, who does have jurisdiction over the quarry site, was not very happy about this. He said basically that he was offended by this, that he thought that Benoit was kind of meddling in his district's affairs, where supervisors have traditionally respected land use matters that come up in their own individual districts.
And what exactly happened at Tuesday's meeting?
Well, you had a whole bunch of quarry opponents showing up to, obviously they don't want to see this fast track. They don't want to see it at all. What was particularly striking was Temecula Councilmember Mary Ann Edwards joined the chorus of people who really went after John Benoit, basically said, hey, you're just doing this because Granite's one of your biggest campaign contributors, that you're basically in their back pocket. And Benoit was rather offended by this. He said that these attacks were hurtful and unfounded, that Granite isn't even one of his biggest campaign contributors. Another interesting exchange came when Jeff Stone basically said, hey, I wonder if all this rush to get the quarry is because they want John Tavoloni to vote on it. John Tavoloni is running for Congress, so he could potentially be exiting the board by the end of the year. And Stone laid out the theory that maybe they want this quarry to be voted on before Tavoloni leaves, because if Jerry Brown appoints someone, that someone might be more liberal and less apt to approve the new quarry plan.
Tavoloni wasn't exactly pleased at this meeting, though, correct?
Not at all. He called out Mary Ann Edwards for her attacks on John Benoit, and he basically said that if anyone thinks that campaign donations or politics is motivating his thoughts on the quarry, they don't know what they're talking about and they're uneducated. And he even got a dig into San Bernardino County saying, we're not our neighbor to the north. And he went further, he explained his reasoning why he voted in May to deny the original quarry plan but to certify its environmental impact report. He said, when it came, I was really up in the air, but it came down to Bob Buster and Jeff Stone, whose districts are closest to the quarry. They didn't want to see it happen, so I voted against the quarry. But at the same time, I know how long and expensive it takes to do these environmental impact reports. I didn't really have a problem with the report, so that's why I voted to certify it.
Whew. There's a lot going on politically and also business-wise with this company that wants to build this quarry. What happens next, Jeff?
Well, county staff are working on amendments to change the fast track rules for the quarry and for other economic development projects. And so those could come back as early as August 28th. The board usually during August meets only once during the entire month. Temecula has already taken legal action to block the certified EIR, which kind of opened the door, critics say, for this project to come back. Pechanga is active. They've already, they took out a TV ad before Tuesday's meeting, urging people to show up and calling the fast tracking process an end run around, the public input. And again, so there's going to be a lot of developments coming on probably in the next few months about this.
Well, Jeff, thanks so much for joining us to give us this update. Certainly, you were busy yesterday at the Tuesday meeting talking about what was going on with the quarry. So when updates occur, come back to Political Empire, and certainly, hopefully, you will come back to Political Empire to get the latest news on everything that's going on in the Inland Empire. Thanks so much for joining us today.